So once you successfully created this AWS account, now if you want to log in or if you want to access the resources from your AWS account, you can access your resources from this AWS account in three ways, right? If you want to access your AWS account, in order to get these resources, you have the three options. One is browser based. It is also known as AWS Management Console. AWS Management Console, it is a browser based access to your AWS account in order to access your resources. Okay, it means if I want to access this AWS account, I can open my web browser like Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and I can open this website called AWS Console, right? AWS Management Console, and from here I can sign in into my respective AWS account. So in this process, if I'm trying to sign in using this AWS Console dashboard, it will ask you two things. One is authentication details, and other one is authorization details. It means whenever you are logging into this AWS account, internally the AWS will check your authentication and authorization. What do I mean by this authentication and authorization? Let me tell you a simple story here. Let's say this is you, and if you go to your college, you need to show your ID card. It means you are showing the ID card to prove your identity. To prove your identity, you are showing your ID card. After entering into the college, you have the access to enter into your respective department, and you have the access to enter into the canteen. But you don't have the access to go into the exam admin department. Okay. This authorization decides what actions you are permitted to perform. So once you enter into the college, you can only enter into certain floors that are accessible to you. Okay, it means what are your limits, what are your permissions, and what are the actions that you can perform, right? And what are your permissions? Okay, what are your permissions that you can perform? It is known as a authorization. So authentication is to prove your identity by showing your ID card, and authorization is what are the actions that you can perform once you enter into the premises. So in the same way, if I'm trying to sign in into the respective AWS account, this AWS account is asking me to prove my identity, right? So here I need to provide my email ID and password, which I have used while creating the AWS account. So these credentials are known as root user credentials because they are the credentials which I have used while creating my AWS account. Okay, so let me show you this how to log in or how to sign in into the AWS account with root user credentials by providing the email ID and the password. So it is my authentication to prove my identity while login into this respective AWS account. So now, in order to access this AWS account, first you need to open AWS Console, right? So search for this AWS Console login in the browser. So you can see this respective website. So open this dashboard, and here in the top right you can see sign in into the console. So it is a browser-based access to the AWS cloud platform into your account. So sign into the console. Right here we're going to sign in as a root user. Can you see this option? Sign in using root user email address, right? So I'm going to authenticate myself with the root user credentials. What are the root user credentials? The credentials which I have used during the AWS account creation. Now, so here I'm going to log in as a root user as a account owner. It means I have the access to all AWS resources in this free tier. So you can see here account owner that performs the task requiring unrestricted access. It means I'm going to log in as a root user so that I have the unrestricted access into this AWS account. So here I'm providing my email ID. And in the next phase, I'm providing my password which I provided while creating this AWS account. So once I provided the email address and password, try to sign in. If you're trying to sign in with the email and password, it is asking the verification code which is sent to your respective email ID. So open that email ID and try to provide the code that which is received to your respective account. It is acting like an extra layer of authentication. Now, once you verify, login. For the first time, if you are trying to log in, the AWS had provided this option as a mandatory. If you see here, AWS is asking you to set up a multi-factor authentication to your account. What do you mean by this MFA, which stands for multi-factor authentication? So, in order to keep your account secure, it means now if you observe, I try to log in into this AWS account, providing my email ID and the password. Now, if someone knows my email ID and password, even they can also log in into this AWS account as a root user. If they're trying to log in into this AWS account as a root user, they may misuse my account. They may delete the resources. They may completely deactivate the account, right? So, which is not a secure. So, in this case, to overcome such fraudulent activities, to prevent such fraudulent activities, the AWS is requesting the new customers to set up this multi-factor authentication layer. For example, let's say your friend knows your debit card details and he is trying to do online shopping with your card details. Whether he can do online shopping with your card details successfully? No. Because even though if he using your card details like card number, CVV, PIN, etc. But at the end of the shopping, it will ask for the OTP, which is generated into your respective phone number, right? So in the same way, the OTP, which is acting like an extra layer of authentication to prove the ownership. So here also the AWS is asking you to set up this MFA for your account so that to secure your account. Fine. So how to set up this MFA? Here we have the three options. First, give the MFA device name. I am giving this MFA device name as Leo. And here we have the three options in order to set up this MFA device to your respective accounts. So out of these three options, I am selecting the second one, which is known as Authenticator app. It means I can install a software in my mobile device or computer, and that software, that application, I can link with this AWS account. Right after installing that software, I can link that software to this respective AWS account, where it will start generating the OTPs. So that is the best option to us. So select this second option. Now here I selected the Authenticator app as my MFA. To set up this Authenticator app as a MFA, right, we need to follow these three steps. What are the three steps? First check what are the softwares, compatible applications that you can download in your mobile phone or computer. So what are the softwares that I can download in my device? See the list of softwares that where you can download in your device. So if you open this, it will open a new tab. And if you scroll down, here you can see the respective softwares. If you are using the Android mobile phone, you can see there are the respective software that are available. If you are using the iOS, there are the respective softwares that are available. I hope it is clear. So in my case, I'm going to Microsoft Authenticator in order to. So I'm using the Microsoft Authenticator as my MFA device in my mobile phone. So once I download it, this software, so here you can observe, I have downloaded this software in my mobile phone. After installing the software in your mobile phone, it is asking you to add the account. So open the software in your mobile phone. Once you installed, from the Play Store or App Store. Okay. After installing the software, open this respective software. It will ask you to add your respective account. If you click on the add account, here you have the three options, whether you can add your personal account, a school or working account, and the third option here you can see it is a other account. If you click on this other account, now it will ask you to provide the permission to access the camera. Why we need to give the access to the camera to this software? Because may be needed to scan the QR code to add a new account, right? It is asking us to provide the camera access to scan the QR code in order to add your respective account. So how to get this respective QR code of our account? So first give this access, camera access, then after go to your respective AWS platform. So here, if you see here, show QR code. So this is the QR code that is connected to your AWS account. So you need to scan this QR code from the device which you already installed in your mobile phone. So let me scan this QR code. You can see it is start generating the OTPs every 30 seconds. And here it is your account ID, which is connected to your respective AWS account. And every 30 seconds, it will start providing the OTPs. Even if you are offline, even if your mobile device is not connected to the internet, still it will start generating the OTPs for you. So successfully connected to your AWS account with the software which you install in your mobile phone. In the third step, we need to enter the two consecutive codes from your Authenticator app. So enter the first code. So here I can see this is the code, and after entering the first code, wait for a few seconds and then enter the second one immediately. So I need to wait for 30 seconds. After that, it will generate one more OTP. So now the immediate second code that I'm trying to enter. So it means they are the two consecutive codes, one after another. If you provide these two codes, then register this MFA. So once you provide these two consecutive codes, now your account is successfully registered with this virtual MFA device, right? So you may confirm and continue into the console. So like this, it will take you to this AWS account. Now, if you want to confirm whether your device is connected to the MFA or not, try to log out. Once I just click on this console, now you can see, now we enter into this AWS console home, which is a UI based or browser based dashboard to access this AWS resources or services. Fine. So before this, first let's confirm whether your device is MFA registered or not. To make it confirm, first try to go to top right. Here you can see your account ID. If you go to the top right, so leave access and it is my account ID. And if you open this top right, if you click on the top right, and if you scroll down, there is something called sign out. Try to sign out from this AWS account. And to confirm this MFA is registered or not, try to sign in back. And once again, try to log in as a root user email. So provide the credentials, root user email ID, and provide root user password. So once you provide the root user email and password, will it be enough to log into the AWS account? No. Because if you're trying to sign in, it is asking the MFA code. Because our AWS account is registered with the MFA device. Now, if you observe here, additional verification is required. It is an extra layer of authentication. That is the reason it is known as multi-factor authentication. So your account is protected with MFA. So where to get this MFA code? Now open your mobile device and open the software which you installed. And what are the OTP that you can see in front of you? Just try to enter that OTP and trying to sign in. Now it takes me successfully into this AWS account where I can access all the services. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Thank you.